Whoa!
Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast, where we fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-host, Javier Ortiz.
What is up, my nerds?
And Ian Anderson.
Some shit.
We appreciate your help going on the podcast. Go ahead and hit that like, the subscribe, and bell notification button. That way you're always aware of when our new spoiler-free episodes come out. Go check out our website, whatsourverdict.com. There you can sign up for our newsletter, where we send out exclusive content and updates, and most importantly, our updates for what's coming out each month. We can also pick up some merch. We got some great stickers of our goofy faces and our catchphrases. And you can also interact with us, leave comments on our episodes. We love to hear those and respond. So just so everybody's aware, the question we do always ask each week is if you ever find yourself wondering if you'd spend the time, money, or both on a movie. To help with that question, we put a movie on trial, discuss the facts, pass judgment, and let you know our verdict. This is our spoiler-free review, so this movie we're getting ready to rate, we will rate on a 3-tiered scale. Worth it, meaning you should definitely watch this movie as soon as possible. Stream it, meaning you can wait until you can watch it for free. And finally, not impressed, meaning you probably shouldn't watch it at all. Our deep dive reviews of these same movies are available every Monday wherever fine podcasts are found. You can listen to those on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. Today we are reviewing Shang-Chi. It was released September 3rd, 2021. It was written by Dave Callahan and Destin Daniel Cretton. It was directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. It stars Simu Liu, Tony Chu Wai Lung, Awkwafina, Meng'er Zhang, Fala Chen, and Michelle Yao. And I apologize if I butchered those names, but this movie, Shang-Chi.
I'm always glad when I'm not the host.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of my job, I've decided. It's the names when we do some fun. And this one wasn't as bad as, what was the one we did, the Bollywood film?
The
The Something Men.
I can see the
Parasite?
cover, but I can't remember the name.
No, it was the Something Men. This is the Indian movie. Oh, why can't I think of it? Anyway,
Oh yeah.
that was a great movie, and that one was really tough. The name's rough in that one.
The one with the kid, the smart kid, the fake
Yeah,
smart
the really
kid?
smart kid. Yeah. And I cannot think of it. It was Something Men. I remember that. And that's what they called like the rich people or whatever. It'll come to me in the middle of the podcast, but this movie, Shang-Chi is forced to confront his past after being drawn into a mission by his father, the leader of the Ten Rings organization. I'll kick us off, guys, with some spoiler-free. I went into this movie, I don't want to say low expectations because I never have like basement expectations for Marvel, but we haven't had strong Marvel showings since Endgame. I enjoyed Endgame because it was a culmination of 20 years, 20 movies.
I would argue
right?
since Infinity War, but yeah.
Sure. I know this about
Yeah.
you, which was also a great movie. But, 22 movies came in and you finally had this tie-up. I thought it was really cool. But the Spider-Man movie following it was good. It was fun, but it wasn't anything special because it was more of an extension of the reactions to that. And then Black Widow was such kind of a letdown to me because to me it just didn't feel like a Black Widow movie and it was way overdue. So I had some issues with that. But this movie, I went in expecting it's a new character. It's a very unknown character for the most part in the comics. However, man, I was wrong. I enjoyed the living hell out of this movie. It brought Marvel back. This is probably top 5 Marvel movies for me, if not top 3. Just very different, a lot of fun. The action is unbelievable. Like some of the best choreography I've ever seen in movies, period. The story's fun. The humor's there, but it's a very heavy movie at times. Like there's some seriously heavy, realistic content that, about all of these characters that I can't wait to talk about in the deep dive because the story was it may have been the best written movie as far as storyline goes of all the Marvel movies, to be honest. It was pretty heavy. A lot of cool things and things to talk about when it comes to that. So I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Not a perfect movie by any stretch, but it's worth it to me. So for me, Shang-Chi, go check this movie out. Obviously, again, with, the Delta variant and all that, if you're not vaccinated, be careful. If you are, be careful still. But if you're comfortable, go see this thing in a movie, man, because it's fun. And I'm telling you, even if it had released on Disney Plus and we watched it on Disney Plus, I would have been sad if I hadn't seen it in theaters because, man, is it a spectacle. It is epic. So worth it to me. Ian, what about you?
Yeah, I didn't have very high expectations for this either. I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I'm not super into the Marvel universe or the comics or anything like that. So I kind of came in pretty open, and I was blown away at how much I enjoyed this movie. Maybe it's because we haven't had like a super outstanding movie in a long time, and so that bar is really low. Because I feel like I've been pushing that bar lower the last couple shows.
Yeah.
But the fight choreography in this was so much fun to watch. The way they utilize the environments that the fights happen in, it even had, just the movement. It was super entertaining to watch on a big screen. And it just kind of goes up from there. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was definitely worth it for me. Excited to talk about it in the deep dive, but I just reiterate what JJ says, and I'm super excited to hear what Javier has to say about a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Am I up?
You're up, buddy. Let's hear it.
So my expectations were that I was going to watch a Hugh Jackman movie.
That's fair.
So, but had I known that this was a movie I was going to watch, I think I already gave my expectations in our last recording, which was I thought this was just going to be another Snake Eyes, or like Mulan, maybe is a better example of what I thought it was going to be. I'm embarrassed to admit that this was a great movie. Like, there's like a lot of really good things about it. The fight choreography is awesome. Like, if you're a sucker for those Asian like war type movies, or what is that video game? Dynasty Warriors?
Oh, yeah. Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, I think that's the one you're
It's
talking
like at that level, like crazy cool hand-to-hand combat and like martial weapons and stuff. The storyline, I think, like the characters' individual storylines and how they interweave with each other is probably, I'm surprised that Marvel pulled that off. Like, I don't know how they, like, looking at other movies that they've made, they're not storyline people. They're CGI people, right? So it was a crazy cool story. The ending was a bit of a letdown because they do rely on like a big old CGI battle to bring everything to a close, and that in contrast with such good storytelling up to that point, just, I don't know, to use JJ's term, pulled me out of the movie a bit, but like not enough to really say don't go watch this movie, right? So I'm gonna say it's worth it because it was good, guys. And if I'm saying that, my respect for Marvel is on the floor.
Yeah.
It's below the floor.
Say, in so many conversations, never did I ever think we would have a worth it on a Marvel movie from Javier. So
I was 100% prepared to just shit on this movie, like the moment we started talking about it. But there are very few things. Like, there are some issues that, you know, like little issues that we'll talk about in the podcast. But like, it's one of those movies where it's like they got away with it because I was so into the story. Yeah. Honestly, this is worth watching. This is a good movie.
Yeah, very, very good movie. So there you have it. Go check this one out. I have high hopes. I hope they hire this Destin Daniel Cretton to make a lot more movies from Marvel because he co-wrote this thing and directed it, and we need more of this from Marvel because it was so story-based.
Whatever he did,
yeah,
he did something right.
Yeah, let him do some more because I know they like to keep those same directors. Like they did The Brothers that did like 4 movies, and they did cool stuff. But I mean, they've got top 5 movie for me with Captain America: The Winter Soldier, because that movie had a really dark, heavy storyline too. But then from there they went to big, crazy completionist movies, which was cool. But this movie was cool. The story's great. So yeah, go check this one out. Can't wait to do the deep dive, which you'll be able to listen to on Monday, again, wherever you listen to podcasts. So check that out. Also, go check out our website, whatsourverdict.com. Find us on the social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at What's Our Verdict. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you thought of this movie once you see it. Yeah, it's a great one. With that, we appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye now.
Cinemagic out.
Whoa!